Hey, what's going on everybody? Servo here. Welcome back to the channel. Today it's time to take a look at some discussions and just see what's going on here in the DLV community. But before that, if you guys would hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, I'd appreciate you. We have a lot of content coming out the rest of the year. You know I got your back on it. So let's jump right into it. Alrighty, so first topic was actually just posted 4 hours ago and is already at like almost the top page here at 438 upvotes. So yeah, let's take a look at it. They said, what's wrong with Gameloft for putting each character from Tangled except Mother Gothel in different DLCs? Yeah, that's true. I mean, technically it's in every form of Dreamlight Valley. We had Mother Gothel in the base game, Rapunzel in A Rift in Time, we got Flynn in Storybook Vale, and now we're getting Maximus in the next DLC, Wishblossom Ranch. Still getting used to the name. Yeah, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it, honestly. It definitely splits up the characters, and since each DLC are like standalone pieces, it really does like split them up. But I have a feeling Gameloft and Dreamlight Valley are thinking long term. I think they have a long term plan that is going to fully connect all DLCs and keep building upon these. So maybe they need some strong and great characters in each of the DLC that they can build off of. Maybe eventually down the line we will get an expansion to the expansions. You know, maybe A Rift in Time we'll get another, couple biomes and introduce some more characters, or maybe Storybook Vale will do the same thing. So I don't know. Let's read what they said here, though, and read through some comments. They said, I don't want to sound paranoid, but nobody is going to talk about Gameloft and their curious obsession of putting every character from Tangled except Mother Gothel into different DLCs. It's already the third time. I thought seeing Flynn Rider in the second DLC after Rapunzel in the first was just a coincidence, but seeing Maximus in the third was literally intentional, unless there is a justification. To be fair, Maximus also isn't like a character. He kind of falls into a new category for mounts, so it's not like he's an actual character, so technically it's still just splitting these two up, this couple. And I mean, Tangled is very popular. A lot of people like Tangled. I actually think Tangled is up there as one of the more popular for like the newer generation. And I could see that's why they're putting some strong characters in the DLC to kind of help carry them. But even if they didn't put these two in the DLC or three, it would be another universe, like they're always mixing up and splitting characters into DLCs in base game. Oh, I mean, shoot, we got Peter Pan in the base game. Now we have Tinkerbell, and then maybe Captain Hook will be in DLC from 2027. I mean, I think it's just going to end up that way, and it's a very popular franchise, so could be part of a marketing tactic too. But at the same time, I don't think Tangled is any more popular than if they were to like split up all the Frozen characters in each DLC or any other universe. So I think no matter what characters get put in a DLC, people are still going to buy it. If you like Dreamlight Valley, you're probably going to buy the DLC at some point, whether it's, different characters from the same franchise or not. The comments say because it's a popular franchise and they know it will sell. See, that's the thing. I mean, sure, you could think of it at that way, but at the same time, like I said, all of the Disney characters are popular, every universe. So even if they split up, like I mentioned, some of the other ones, it's still going to be a selling point. I mean, if people like Disney or people like the Dreamlight Valley, they're going to get the DLC regardless. And this also could be just a coincidence because they did want to add mounts into the game, and it just makes sense to have horses in here, I mean, and Maximus would be a great character. It'd be a great tie-in to the other characters that we already have. But here is the main thing, though. Like they had said right here, my problem is how the game is becoming so disjointed and many characters are now at dead ends since they are DLC only and get no future involvement in tasks. It's feeling very compartmentalized to me and not like a big cohesive group of characters. So that is the thing. And this was actually my concern a long time ago when I actually discussed it when they were breaking up characters into DLCs. I think that it does kind of like disjoint the connection between the characters. But that's also why I think there's a bigger plan here. I think we just got to trust the process at this point. I really do. I think they have I feel like Gameloft has a 10-year plan and we're just along for the ride. Oh, here's an interesting post. Next topic is by Princess. They said, I feel like I'm the only one who doesn't care about horses. Now, you're definitely not the only one because this was like the top trending post of the week so far with 1.1 thousand upvotes or members agreeing with you. They said, so yeah, everyone seems to be hyping the horses and riding with slash on them. I feel like I'm the only one who doesn't care about those features too much. Just wondering if there are others that feel the same way. I'm hoping there isn't too much quest involving them, and even if there is, still going to play through them. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate horses or anything like that, and I'm glad and excited something new is coming, and I'm definitely going to get the DLC as soon as possible, and I'm glad for people who's loving them and getting something they hopefully enjoy very much. Some content are just that exciting for everyone, and that is okay. In real life, I'm actually a little bit afraid of them. They are beautiful creatures though. When I was little, I fell from a pony's back and the pony actually ran over me, and that started that. My fear isn't anything like a phobia or that level of fear, so it isn't triggering anything in me. Okay. Well, yeah, that is some scary stuff for sure. So I'm obviously also not too into horses. I've never been someone that's been passionate about it. I don't really know too much about horses, so it's just something I'm not really knowledgeable. But that doesn't mean it's not something that I'm going to start becoming really passionate about. And that's the one thing I always say about Dreamlight Valley. Like, for instance, let's take the next free update. We have Lumiere and Cogsworth coming to the game, supposedly. So they are two very side, kind of niche characters. I'm not super thrilled about them. I don't dislike them. I think they're going to be fun, but I know Game Love and I know Dreamlight Valley, and the content is always fun. And sometimes when they introduce stuff we're not too excited about and we're like forced to interact and actually learn more about it, it usually turns out to be a good thing. So you may end up by the end of this DLC absolutely loving horses, learning more about them, and starting to grow a connection when you actually have to log on and feed them and take care of them every day. So even though you're not as excited right now, I feel like playing this DLC may change your mind on it, and it actually may help you, get ahead of that fear, that light fear. You didn't mention that it was like severe or anything like that, but it may actually help you with that. So that's pretty awesome. And another great example of this is, do you guys remember when Oswald was announced from A Rift in Time? Do you remember how many people and how many posts there were that players did not want Oswald added into the game? They didn't know about Oswald. Like, so many people didn't even know Oswald existed, and it's not like they disliked him, they just wanted other characters into the game more. And then when Oswald came into the game and we were forced to learn about him, there was post after post about Oswald's my favorite character. Oswald is so fun to be around. Like, I've been missing out on so much. I'm gonna go back and watch some old time shorts on Oswald and do my research and stuff. So I'm hoping that's going to be the same for a lot of people. That you may not be a horse fan, but after this DLC, they might be your new thing you enjoy. And next post here, please Game Love, don't forget the most popular horse in the entire Disney universe, Nokk from Frozen. I mean, come on, Nokk has 1,000 merchandising. Oh, the water spirit horse, right? It's been a while since I've seen Frozen. I'm telling you guys, I'm pretty sure we'll definitely end up getting more enchanted variations and more mythical variations of horses. I think they're obviously just sharing off the base horses, just the classic, ones that would live on a farm or out in a pasture or something. But this is a game that is monetized in different ways and different avenues. We have the premium shop. We also have lots of Disney exclusive horses and stuff that are also very unique. And I think they would add skins. And we know that we are able to actually customize our horses to some pretty crazy extents. We're talking about changing the size of their limbs, their eyes, what they wear. You can make them all red if you want. You can make them all green if you want. They will probably add Nokk into a premium shop at some point. Maybe it's not this year. Maybe it's years down the road. But you know how they added Storybook Vale ended up getting dragons just the normal dragons. And then in the premium shop later on, we got stuff like these scholarly dragons. So they could end up adding horses like this into companion bundles or just premium shop. So even though if we don't get this stuff at day one or it's even announced in the roadmap, I still see we could get a lot of characters like this one or Belle's horse. Maybe we'll get Mulan's horse. I mean, there's a lot of horses. They definitely did not just make this DLC just for a couple standard basic horses and Maximus. There's a plan, I promise you. And I'm hoping that Nokk may be in that plan. And then speaking of Belle's horse here, what was Philippe? I think that's how you pronounce it. I need Philippe to be happy, like especially with the Beauty and the Beast themed Star Path in November. Please. Well, we don't know if that's the theme of the Star Path. Even though we do have Lumiere and Cogsworth coming to the game, that doesn't mean the Star Path is going to be a Beauty and the Beast theme. We may end up seeing, Beast's human form added during this next update, which would be pretty exciting. I've seen a lot of posts about that, but I could definitely see them adding him into the game. Oh boy, we actually have another post here from B Darkwing that said unique DLC. I personally am not a big fan of horses. However, I'm very excited that we are getting a unique DLC. I appreciate that Gameloft is branching out and not continuing the same pattern with DLCs. My hope is that this is the start of a trend of DLCs bringing really new experiences to the game and not just new things to forage. I think this could lead to an underwater DLC that introduces diving or us becoming a mermaid. I think that concept would be perfect for adding Nemo, Aluka, and having Captain Hook as a villain. Yeah, so this is what I've been talking about. My answer to this is the same as before, on the previous post. But I have been talking about for a long time that Gameloft needs to get out of their comfort zone. We're in year 3 of Dreamlight Valley. It's time to branch out, time to bring new experiences. And I'm not talking about just like a snippet catching. That was essentially the same as like time bending and, some of the other basic stuff. And they're finally doing that. They are adding where we can have mounts, we can ride them around. They can actually help us in the valley. They're supposed to expand on multiplayer, And I think that this could be, as they mentioned here, the start of a trend, or at least I hope so. And then maybe eventually we will get some sort of like swimming feature added, some sort of underwater DLC. Gameloft is also kind of learning as they go, and as they're developing the game, they seem to be improving as well, just like we do when we're, you start a Dream Snap and it takes us weeks and weeks to improve. They seem to be adding more detailed premium shop items. We even had like the animated Clarion dress, and now they've been testing with a lot of stuff in Storybook Vale. It was like way different from A Rift in Time, and then this DLC seems like they're like still evolving. So I think it's going in the right direction, and I still think Dreamlight Valley has a lot of life left in it. And as you said, this could be the start of something great. We got just 2 more posts here I want to talk about. We got one by Pepsi Bun that said, the real question is, which version of Tinkerbell are we getting? And I did not know this. I thought Tinkerbell from Peter Pan was the exact same or canon, like timeline, as the Tinkerbell in like the Pixie Hollow films. I have not seen any Tinkerbell films outside of Peter Pan. They said, let's be real, Peter Pan Tinkerbell and Pixie Hollow Tinkerbell are completely different characters. Which version do you guys think she'll be more based on? So let's look at the top comment. Probably Peter Pan, as they specified Tinkerbell from Peter Pan in the trailer when they were talking about it, though I'm guessing it'll be a bit of a mixture, really. So yeah, I would probably see that, maybe elements from both. And that's probably the way they're viewing Tinkerbell as well. Like, Dreamlight Valley isn't exactly canon, which means it's like, fully based on Disney lore. They kind of make up their own story, add some twists, but they don't divert too far away from the base material. They said, did they ever answer how Tinkerbell ended up meeting Peter? I only saw a bit of the series because of my sister and was curious. I don't believe so, no. They showed her returning a music box to Wendy, though, but they haven't met at that time. She doesn't know the house or Wendy yet and just leaves it on Wendy's windowsill. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure. I'm honestly not too knowledgeable with Tinkerbell's lore. I only know a little bit from actually watching Peter Pan and then what I know of her from Disney Dreamlight Valley. In the last post is these two ways. Every time I see this picture, it looks like they're just about to roll up in your valley and cause chaos. Charming Earth said, can't wait to see these baddies as companions. So do you think this would be like a premium shop bundle with the next like the next couple updates? Imagine they actually drop them in here as a duo. And then imagine if they both are like one companion and they actually follow you around together. Plus your second companion, so you could have 3. That would be awesome. But the little geese with their little bonnets on their head is cute. Let's see. Someone said I think they look like the Mary Poppins ones. At least the white ones. I saw a gold one in the trailer too. Oh, so these are the ones from Mary Poppins. Golden goose better help me make extra money. Imagine it lays like golden eggs. Wait, do geese even lay eggs? They would have to, right? I don't know. I need to catch up on my bird lore. Right upon doing some research, they do in fact lay eggs, and they only do them like one time a year or one portion of the year, which is late winter to spring, while chickens in fact lay eggs pretty much all throughout the year. So, hey, maybe you did learn something new from this video, because I sure did. And that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have the best day, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Take care and goodbye.